Ladies and gentlemen, the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection has finally released, and it is a certified disaster? Let's talk about this. So the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection has finally released. People were very, very excited for this game, as you can play the classic Mortal Kombat games online. There's a bunch of different versions. You've got GameCube arcade versions. You've got rollback netcode and features that people have been asking for a very long time. However, there is a massive caveat to all of this. While this game does do a good job of letting you play these classic titles, everything else that it promised to deliver on was not delivered. When I first heard about the release of this game, there were 3 different categories that I was expecting this game would succeed in. Number 1 is nostalgia. Does this game feel like it encompasses the fun of the old classic games, and does it feel like I'm actually getting value out of this? Number 2 is the online play. Is there rollback netcode? Does it feel good online? Is the matchmaking quick? Is there rooms? Is there stuff like that? Very basic fighting game stuff. And number 3 is the value. How much is this game priced at in accordance to how I could play these games previously, like Fightcade, and is it worth it? And we'll start off with the nostalgia. Now, truth be told, this is where the game wins, right? This is where, if you are a classic Mortal Kombat fan, this is where the game becomes worth it. Because you will be able to play all of these classic Mortal Kombat games, and you will be able to revisit those childhood memories. Where this game does succeed is its UI is fantastic. It really does have that classic Mortal Kombat feel to it, and you can see the arcades, you can see the old game covers. This game just really is a huge nostalgia boost. It is awesome. Plus, obviously, it has the Mortal Kombat Mythologies games, the Trilogies games, Special Forces, a bunch of just unique games that you might have loved from your childhood. Not to mention, it also has a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff and just a whole bunch of fun content for Mortal Kombat fans. So, if you are a longtime Mortal Kombat fan, the game is worth it in that sense. To feel like a kid again, to feel like, wow, Mortal Kombat has come so far. Ed Boon is looking old now, he's gray. Look at him when he was 20 and youthful and excited. Now he hates his life. I'm just kidding, Ed. I know you're... I don't know. Actually, I don't know. And I can promise you one thing, though. Life will become more fun when you add Kintaro to your next Mortal Kombat game. That's why Mortal Kombat 1 flopped, because it didn't have a Shokan. But anyway, yes, if you are here for nostalgia purposes, this game is the game for you. I would say it's actually a worth it purchase if you are just here for nostalgia, if you don't want to fight too many people online. But that brings us into category number 2, which is the online play. And oh boy, this is where the game jumps off a fucking cliff. Saying this game has all these different versions, right? That's a lot of fun. I love having different versions of games so people can revisit their childhood on whatever console they played. There's only one issue with this. When it comes to online play, they don't have a standard select game, which should be the arcade editions. You simply pick the one that you're used to. So you could be queuing up for the NES version of Mortal Kombat 2, while your friend is queuing up for the NES or the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 2. Now, what does this do? This makes queues like 3 hours long. And I am not even kidding, because let's be honest, this is a classic fighting game collection. There aren't too many players. This game takes forever to find matches because of how many game versions there are. And, not to mention, when you finally find a match, it is horrible. This is a real, just non-edited footage of somebody who actually found a match in Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This is how it sounds for the majority of people who go online. Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? Like, to me, it literally looks like they're streaming this game instead of actually playing the game, which is a little bit weird, but everybody is reporting this. Like, if you find a match online, the developers have said they're looking into it and it seems to be some sort of connection issues, but it's obviously not some sort of connection issues, because pretty much everybody who goes online says they've experienced this. And not only that, but according to people who are playing on the PlayStation, I personally haven't seen this too much, there is moments where there's an incredible amount of input delay. So you press down and your character doesn't go down for like a second. Trust me, in fighting games, there is nothing more annoying than input delay. To me, it sounds like the developers of this game have made it so they're actually not playing the game. You don't even download the actual game. It seems like they have you streaming it. because there's input delay, there's sound issues, there's quality issues, and I'm very curious about how they actually went about doing this. To me, like I said, it seems like you're streaming the game, sort of like how you can stream games on PlayStation Plus or Xbox now, instead of actually buying and downloading the game, which makes zero sense. So if your goal is to play this game online and you want to fight people online and competitively, this probably isn't the purchase for you. At least not yet. I'm sure the developers over at Digital Eclipse are working on this, but I'll be honest with you guys, as somebody who's been in the Mortal Kombat sphere for a little bit, I can tell you right now, don't cross your fingers, because every single time we've been promised something, it doesn't happen. Hell, Ed Boon said the last patch of Mortal Kombat 1, being the final patch of Mortal Kombat, is highly unlikely. So don't trust anything these people say about Mortal Kombat. They don't care about us. And finally, that brings us on to the price. This game is priced, and I'm not even kidding, this game is priced at $50. 50 schmackaroos is what this game is priced at. That is like $10 less than most premium games would have been priced at a couple years ago. Now it's 70 because everyone's gotten stingy. But $50 for games that came out in the 90s with practically no changes whatsoever. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, not only is this not worth it, you get a worse product than what you can get for free. Like, Fightcade is out there. There's other ways to play this. There's emulators, which are almost all better than this. Now, sure, if this had a decent online play, that would be worth it, because now you have a hub to go and play these classic Mortal Kombat games with. If it had crossplay, I don't know if it actually has crossplay, I should double check. Oh, it actually does not have crossplay, so not only can you not find like any matches, but you can only find matches with people on the console that you're playing. So truth be told, you would probably be better off finding matches on Fightcade instead. Like, you don't have to spend this $50. Now, if you're a console player, that stinks, but they used to have Mortal Kombat Collection on the console, which didn't cost this much, and was honestly kind of better. Listen guys, I'm a massive Mortal Kombat fan. I really am. I am not somebody who shits on this game for fun, or even for money anymore, because I don't really get paid a lot doing this. But Mortal Kombat is in the worst position it's been in a very long time, and this game cements that, right? This is slop. This is straight up slop. It reminds me of Plants vs. Zombies remaster with the AI models. At least they didn't do that. At least I haven't heard anything about it. But yeah, $50 for horrible online play, no rooms, and choppy audio. You are better off going to Fightcade, for now at least, until they fix this. This product is currently not worth buying. It is an absolute train wreck. And to think these games came out in the 90s and we're still having these problems, brother, can we get something right? I mean, for fuck's sake, if any of you played Mortal Kombat 1, you know how much of a train wreck that fucking game was. There were glitches every 3 days on Mortal Kombat 1, so we finally get this new game, which, by the way, isn't new. These games came out in the fucking 90s, and we still have these problems. All in all, I think that, my review, as of right now, as of release date of this game, do not buy. And as of maybe even the future, do not buy. I hate to break it to you, but we kind of need to show these guys that we're not just going to buy slop anymore. I don't know how else to put it. We will not buy slop as fighting game fans. I have not bought this game yet. That's why you haven't seen any of my own gameplay. As a giant Mortal Kombat fan, I was timid enough to give it some time. It feels like Call of Duty to me now, where, listen, I like these games, but I've got to give it some time to make sure it's not slop. And lo and behold, this game fucking sucks. So, truth be told, man, my big flounder review is they need some work. This game is going to need some work. And if Mortal Kombat 1 is any show as to what kind of work they're willing to put into Mortal Kombat as a franchise, it's not going to receive it. What you see is what you're going to get. So, if you think that the product that I've laid out for you is worth it, go ahead and waste your money. But if you're listening to me with any sort of fucking semblance and cognizance, then you can understand this is not a worth it purchase. Truth be told. Until they fix these issues, if they ever will, this is not worth your money. Please go to Fightcade. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today's Mortal Kombat video. I'll see if I end up buying this game and making videos on it. I honestly don't know. It seems like it's not very worth it, like I said, so we'll have to see. But In the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your nights, and if you do end up buying this game and you're not receiving these issues that I talked about here today, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear if some people are actually enjoying this and having good online experiences. But regardless, there is no crossplay, there are no rooms. There are still an incredible amount of issues with this game that you can't look past. So I think that is my official review for this game. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on my stream tonight. And with that being said, I'll see you all later. Peace out.